Follow the story, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. You can follow every moment in depth with BBC News. Get the full story at bbc.co.uk/news. Get the headlines as they happen with the breaking news alert. And keep up with events by watching the BBC News channel in the app. Follow the story wherever you are with BBC News.
Good evening. Supporters of the Prime Minister have dismissed calls from 5 members of the Cabinet for changes to her Brexit withdrawal agreement with the European Union. The leader of the Commons, Andrea Leadsom, says there's the potential to improve the deal before Theresa May presents it to the EU at a summit next week. However, that's been described as a fantasy by another government minister. Mrs May has been speaking to local Conservative Party members as she seeks to head off a possible vote of no confidence in her leadership. Our political correspondent, Ian Watson, has the story. That's it. I'll be back with the late news at 10, now on BBC One. It's time for all the news where you are. Bye for now.
Join Simon McCoy as he brings you the top stories live.
The ball is entirely in the UK's court. We could have got our tennis correspondent to report on this.
The latest in sport.
Heaven knows how they're dealing with this on the court.
The heat or the wind? I'm not quite sure.
Well, both.
The day's weather.
It's getting colder.
And undeniable chemistry.
He's still laughing. We have to talk to each other.
There's only one Simon.
So you're the real McCoy.
Afternoon Live with Simon McCoy, weekdays at 2 p.m. on the BBC News channel.
This is weird, isn't it?
No, still weird. But if there's a report about where I live or what I do...
It usually sounds like this.
Or it might be this.
Or maybe even this.
Or sometimes this.
The BBC Young Reporter competition wants to change that.
If you're aged between 11 and 18 and have a story you think needs telling, the BBC can help you tell it. Find your voice and enter now at bbc.co.uk/Young Reporter competition.
Hello, this is BBC News with myself, Laquesta Burak. Let's return to Brexit now. And we've had this development that 5 Brexit-backing cabinet ministers are said to be working together to try to amend Theresa May's draft deal. Now, they include influential leavers Michael Gove and Liam Fox, who've opted to remain in the cabinet after a slew of government ministers resigned when Mrs May unveiled her plans. Well, it's thought that they want to change the way in which Northern Ireland's relationship with the EU is managed in the transition period. Meanwhile, other MPs have concluded that it's time to oust Mrs May from office. Well, earlier we spoke to Anne McElvoy, senior editor at The Economist, about what might happen between now and Theresa May meeting her cabinet ministers.